Walking Dead, where evil lurks in every shadow and monsters roam the streets. Mankind's only survival rests in the hands of two Welsh warriors. Armed with boomsticks, chainsaws, bad language, these beacons of hope will stop at nothing to obliterate deadites, vampires, psychotic nurses. So, hold tight, strap in, and let the professionals take charge. Otherwise, you're in for a rough, blood-soaked night.
It's just me. I'm still waiting for Curtis. I hope he'll be along shortly. This is weird. I'm not used to talking to a screen without him. But yeah, he's having some technical difficulties. I'm sure he'll come on soon. He's probably better at technical things than I am. So I can't really give him advice. Evening all. Today we're going to be doing best and worst horror of 1990. Now this 90s is a pretty shit decade, I gotta say. I know there's some gems. You've got things like Event Horizon, The Sixth Sense. You've got a few great ones in the mix. But year by year, it's pretty shit. But 1990 happens to be one of the best. Oddly enough, 1990 and 1999, I would say, are the best 2 years of the decade. In the middle, it's shocking, really shocking. But I'm going to read a few comments, so bear with me. So first up, we got, actually, I'm going to use an overlay while he's not here. 1 second. No, I won't use that. Give me a second. So we got Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Evening, Curtis and Jenks. Evening, everybody. Where the hell's my partner in crime? We've got Jill John, evening, Curtis and Jenks, evening all. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Thanks, Jill. 1 second. We have got Ben. Ben's in the house. Evening, everybody. Thanks for jumping on, Ben. We got Palf. Evening, all. Where the hell is Curtis? Then we've got Jill John. Evening, Palf. And we've got Dawn Keat in the house. Now, she's here. You're here straight away. I can't believe it. Usually get the ass end of the show when we're really tired. Hi, Dawn. Everybody, even everybody. Everyone made it at the beginning of the show. I can't get my words out. Hope Jenks and Curtis are well. Looking forward to tonight. Awesome. Evening all. And we got Jordan Moran in the house. Evening all. How's it going, buddy? So we got Dawn again. Hi, Jenks and Curtis. I'm here and you're late. I know. Sorry about that. Hopefully see you soon. 1 second. And we've got a little nice conversation. And we got Ella Starr here. Hi, everybody. Poor Curtis and Jenks. Good luck for tonight's show. Thank you very much. I'm sure he'll be here. I guarantee you he is going mental at the moment. Because he's so ill. He texted me today and said it was really rough. And it was hit or miss. Touch and go if he's going to make the show today. I said, look, if you're really ill, I'll do it myself. I don't want to do it myself. It's completely out of my comfort zone, as you can tell. It takes a bit of practice talking on your own because I've done it so long with Curtis. So I'm going to be waffling a little bit now. So hopefully he's going to save me. So we got Sam Jones. Yes. Evening, folks. Hi, Sam. And we got Jordan. So Jordan, not true, Jenks. If I give you a list of films, you tell me they're all shit or shet. Then when they're all right, I'll enjoy them all the more because my expectations are low. What it is, I recently did a video picking one film from every year of the 90s. And some years were easy, some were impossible. I had to settle on things because I had to pick something. I went through every single movie and there were so many. It was such a bad decade. Really bad. Hang on. Is he here? Hey, saved me. I was dying on my ass there.
My screen's all weird and reverted. How do I change that?
I'll,
Can you
yeah,
tell?
it's, yeah, hang on.
Ah, there
Yeah,
we are.
sorted. How's it
Oh
going?
my god. Jenks, that was horrendous, pal.
And you're ill as
I
well. Fair play to you.
oh,
You're a trooper.
I logged on about, honestly, Jenks, about 50 times.
Yeah, I know.
My
It's
mic
bad.
wasn't working and my camera wasn't working. I did a speed test. I'm getting 800 meg.
So so you think it's the it wasn't, so it's restreamed, you think
No,
it's the streaming thing?
it was restream, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll have to email them, complain.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. How are you? I
I'm
am
all
rough as
right.
shit. Oh my god.
Well, fair play, you're a trooper jumping on. I was dying on my arse and it was so disorientating. I think if I knew I was going on my own, I would have probably psyched myself up. But I
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
was a rabbit in the headlights.
Do you know, it has been a weekend, Jenks. Jesus. Do you know, I'd planned to go down my mother's for the weekend
Yeah.
and I was feeling a bit rough Saturday morning, so I didn't. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Ended up going. The car broke down on the motorway. We had to call RAC, just standing on the side of the motorway.
Yeah.
2 seconds. Stand on the side of the motorway for about an hour and a half. RAC turns up. He takes one look at the car and he goes, nah, it's done for. Nothing I can do for you. So we had to wait ages for him to tack the car up on the back and then
Yeah.
tow us to Porth Call, leave the car there, and we're scrapping it.
Oh, it's fucked, is it? Proper fucked.
Oh, yeah, it's being scrapped, like.
Oh, was
So,
it on his last legs anyway, or was it a massive shock?
oh, well, it was on his last legs. We were meant to get it fixed on the Friday, but they sent the wrong part in. But he said the car was fine to drive.
I think the amount of mileage you've done with all these horror cons you've
Oh, I
been
know.
to.
I know. But,
Because your missus done like on the train, so she drives a lot, which means she must be clocking up some miles driving to Manchester,
God, yeah.
London.
But I was feeling ropey. Decided to drink anyway.
Oh, you drinking as well? Oh, you idiot!
Yeah, drunk all night. We went out. Went down one of the pubs drinking, and then it hit me at about 10 o'clock.
Is it?
When it proper sinks in.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, you sound
Yeah.
hoarse. Your voice is really sounds rough.
Oh, I've gone through about 20 packs of soothers to prep myself for this live, Jenks.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Good, right? Because I was struggling then.
I've watched 2 films today, Jenks. Not
What?
that I needed to, but because we were talking about them, I watched Frankenhooker and Misery.
Right. Oh,
Great
fair play.
day.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is a good day. Oh well, that's good.
Yeah,
shit.
so I watched them 2, and I'm just finishing up the last season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right, yeah, I've seen the first 4 episodes of the last season a while ago, and for some reason I never went back. I didn't like
It's the
it.
final season as well.
I know.
Get it.
It was one of those things. But I've already did the intro. I've mentioned what we're doing. We're doing
I
the
watched
best.
you absolutely sucked.
It was like a rabbit in the headlights. I was waiting for my partner in crime.
No,
It
do you
sucked.
remember that time where you left me on my own for 2 minutes and I completely shut down? Someone asked me who my favourite final girl was, and I was like, I don't know.
I know. Well, for some reason, my eyes weren't working. I was trying to read a comment. I don't normally read these out very well anyway, and my brain wasn't just working. I was half waiting for you to jump on the screen,
Yeah.
and half reading.
Well,
Anyway,
I apologise to everyone. I know I'm a bit late. But we'll get the show going. Apologies for anyone that had to wait. And apologies for anyone that had to put up with Jenks on his own.
well, what about apologizing to me then?
You don't mean much. You don't
No,
mean
no,
much.
Fair enough. I understand. Anyway, I'm gonna read the rest of these. Where was I? Do you want to read some, or are you feeling too rough?
Yeah, I'll read some. Where are we?
We are on Ella Star.
Alistair.
Oh, hang on, there.
Oh,
hang
we've
on.
got
No,
Alistair.
we're not.
No.
Sorry. No. We are on here.
Right, okay. We've got Gina. Hi, everyone.
Gina.
Hi, Gina. How you doing?
Do you want me to do them? Because you.
No, I've got it. We've got Jill John. Hey, that's an applause for me turning up. We've got Ella Star. Hi, Jenks. Hi, Ella. We've got Ben Hardstyle. I can't imagine how pissed off Curtis is and how much he's stressing. I weren't that stressed, to be fair. I weren't that stressed.
Just enjoying seeing me die on my ass.
Yeah, I was enjoying seeing Jenks struggle, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was watching. Hiya, Don. Don's on time. First time I'm late as well. Jesus. We got John Moran. Not even technical difficulties can stop the heckling. That was this. Sorry for that, Jenks. We've got Wendy. Hiya, Wendy. How you doing? We got Jordan. Imagine you had to do that for every month of the 90s.
Every month of the 90s. Oh, my God.
We've got Tyler Adams.
Hi, Tyler.
How you doing, pal? How's things? All right? Tyler dropped into one of our pre-recorded videos that accidentally went live. A little peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, it was the one where you
recording the video, and then I just seen Tyler pop up. I was like, "Oh shit, we're live!"
Yeah, wasn't it your OnlyFans video? I can't remember now.
I was halfway off.
Yeah, shit, they're live.
We got Ella. Oh, you're both so cute and funny. What can we say?
Thank you.
What can we say? Thank you, Ella. And Dawn, little Gizmo looks cute just underneath yourself, Jenks. Hee.
Yeah.
We've got Tyler. Oh, yep.
Right, let's get started. Are we ready?
Awesome. Thank you, Gina. Yes, let's
Okay,
do it.
shall we kick? So, yes, it's the best and worst of a horror of 1990. Like I said at the start, it was a really good year of horror. Doesn't continue, unfortunately. This is probably just like the arse end of the 80s. Yeah, and then it just went whoop. And I'm not kidding you. If you don't like you in your head, you probably think, hang on, I remember the 90s being good. You remember a few films. If you really have a deep dive, it is shit.
Yeah, do you know when I'm prepping these videos, so I'll just pick a random year. I'm like, right, we'll stick with the 90s, and then I'll type in Google 95, and then I'll have a look. And I'm like, no, 97, 98, I'm looking, nothing.
Yeah.
There's one or two films that you can talk about, basically.
Well,
there's loads that I can talk about, but then it'll just become my show. Do you know what I mean?
It's 1990 and 1999 were the best 2 years. And it's funny because when we started doing the best and worst of 86 or whatever it was, the first one, and I said, let's just do a random 93, and you text me back, said, I don't think so. Because I didn't look. I thought this any year will do. And and I was so bad.
The only good thing that happened in 1993 was me, boy.
But you were born. There's no point in having films that year because you couldn't watch them. Yeah. Anyway, we're waffling.
What's the point?
Anyway, we're waffling. Let's kick things off with Misery. We don't have to pick each. We just talk about them.
No. I think we're both kind of set on what's good this year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you want to kick it off then, Kirk? Because you left me hanging. It's really fair.
Oh, come on. So Misery, I'd say, is the best movie to come out of 1990, maybe even the 90s, Jenks. A lot of people won't consider this one a horror movie, more of a thriller. I absolutely consider this one to be a horror movie. It's directed by Rob Reiner, stars Kathy Bates and James Caan. And not that I need to explain this one to you guys. Everyone has seen this movie. Like we've said multiple times, where we speak about this movie all the time. Kathy Bates is one of the greatest movie villains of all time. Do you know that switch that she has? She's so loving and kind, but the second she switches, she's got like bipolar or something, and she struggles with her mental health. And that bit where she finds out that he's killed Misery off, and she comes in the room. Oh my God, that flip from nice to horrible is insane. Well-deserved Oscar for this one. James Caan needs more praise as well. With the little he has to do in the movie, he's fantastic.
Yeah, I love this film. I know, it is a horror. I mean, look, horror is a very, very broad genre. You can have sort of sci-fi horror, anything. This is definitely horror, and it's associated. And Stephen King wrote it, so he's associated with horror. When I write a female villain in any of my books, she is the template I work off.
Yeah. You got to.
She it's always she is the perfect female villain. She's terrifying. She doesn't need to be stronger than he is. Like if she was like a modern villain now, she'd probably be like putting him in a headlock and karate kicking him, taking out Navy SEALs in the corridor. No, he's vulnerable. He's the most. He couldn't be more vulnerable. He's just had a car accident. He's mangled.
Yeah.
She is quite, a scary, strong woman, but it's the fact
She's a farmer as well, Jenks. She's used to
Yeah.
handling heavy objects like.
Sledgehammers.
Oh, Jesus. Such a horrible scene.
Yes.
Do you
I
know
love
the
this film.
state on his legs, the colour and the bumps? It's horrific.
It's
Do
the
you know-
best. It's one of the best horror scenes ever because the build
Yeah,
up, the music,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
block of wood. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. The best scene in the whole movie, though, is when he first starts writing Misery back. So she's made him. She's basically finished Misery, and she can see that.
Yeah.
She's read that he kills Misery Chastain off, right?
Yeah.
So she absolutely flips her lid, and she says, "You have to bring her back. You're going to write a new novel, and you're going to bring Misery back." So she buys him a typewriter, paper, all that stuff. And there's a great bit, right, where he writes the first few pages and he gives them to her and she reads it and she basically calls it a cop-out because it doesn't match up with how she died. She was buried and she talks about going to see this show when she was a kid. And you've got a cliffhanger where you see the car blow up as it goes over the cliff.
Robbie Rocket or something.
Yeah. But then you go back the next week and you see him jump out of the car. And when she goes on that rant and she goes, "Have you all got amnesia?"
Yeah.
And then
he
didn't get out of the cock-a-doodle car. It's such a good line.
It builds and builds and builds. Because Rob Reiner, he did Stand By Me. He's not traditionally a horror director or a thriller director, unless I'm mistaken, unless he did other stuff.
No.
But he nails it. Honestly, look, gun to my head, that Stephen King has so many great adaptations, like It and Pet Sematary and things like that. But I think this might be my favorite. It depends what mood I'm in. But if gun to my head right now, I think this is my favorite. I love this movie. So much.
Right, gun to your head, Jenks. Salem's Lot or Misery?
Well. Salem's Lot was a mini-series, but...
You're an asshole.
Look, I would probably say this. Look, I love Salem's Lot, and I'm so seduced by Kurt Barlow that maybe I'm more biased. A bit like I think a lot of people love The Dark Knight, but I secretly think a lot of them are seduced by Heath Ledger's amazing performance. But this overall is a perfect movie, a perfect villain, perfect story. Everything about this is perfect. I love it.
Yeah, I think for me, The Shining is probably not the best adaptation because of how far it strays from the book, but it's the best, I think, Stephen King adaptation out there. It's got to be The Shining every time.
Oh, yeah.
Misery's in the top 5. Like, there's no doubt about that. I'm a huge fan of this film. And, you know, every time I watch it, it's always reacting to those same scenes. I'll never get used to seeing his legs smashed with a sledgehammer. Yeah. I'll never not get that uneasy feeling when she just flips the switch. Yeah. And the worst part of all is that lovely local town sheriff who gets shot in the back with a shotgun. It's such a horrible scene.
He's like the sweetest guy.
What's great about this one, right? And there's not many things I can say less is better because I've read the book and the book is insane. She runs someone over with a sit-down lawnmower. She drives a for sale sign through someone. Yeah. She chops his feet off. And obviously with the film, they wanted to keep it more realistic and more down to earth. She's not this big killing machine. Yeah. And it's the first time ever, probably, I'd say it's for the better.
Oh, yeah,
dial it back a bit, take all that extra stuff out and make a really good, unsettling thriller. The only advantage the book's got is that it's told from his point of view, so you're always in his head and you always know what he's thinking and you kind of connect with him much more in the book. But obviously you can't do that in the film. They did a great job with it. But yeah, I give this one 5 stars, Jenks. It's an insanely good movie.
For me, see... The fact that she chops his foot off, or feet off, 1 foot or 2 feet?
Feet, maybe. I can't
remember. And I just, in my head, I just thought, just kill me. I've had enough now. But when he if she mangles his feet, you just think, you know what, maybe he'll be able to walk with some pins and some reconstruction. But with his chopped off, it's just too much, too graphic, too sore, I think, for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And it's just and the reason she is one of the greatest villains of all time is because of how unpredictable she is.
yeah,
Like I said just now, like that switch she goes through, like 1 minute she's completely fine, and then you've got that bit where it's raining and she comes in the room and you can see she's completely gone, like she's not
yeah.
here anymore. And she does that like dramatic thing with a gun where she's like, I've got a gun here, I might put bullets in it. It's like
It's so good.
that's such like an angsty teen thing to say.
I'm gonna
I
read.
might put bullets in it, I might not.
I'm gonna read a few comments so we can move on to the next one. Otherwise, we'll be talking about Misery all night. It's so good. I thought I'd start off with Misery, see, so because it's the best one. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. So Tyler Adams says, Arachnophobia was a lot of fun. We will be coming to Arachnophobia. I still check my shoes because of that movie. Well, Tyler, if you're scared of spiders, then, and if you haven't seen Infested, you need to watch it. We've got Jamie Hart has joined us. Hello, Jamie. I hope you're feeling better.
Hi, Jamie.
Chuffed you jumping on. Really appreciate it. Palf says, excellent movie. Yes. I got a friend, right, who does not like
You've
Misery.
got a friend?
Yeah.
No,
you got
who
a
is
friend
it?
in me.
Name and shame, Jenks boy.
Jones. You know Jones. That's all I'm going to
Yes, I know
say.
Jones.
He says Misery shit. Can you believe that?
How?
He's the only one.
That's incorrect.
I was going to say that nobody ever says, and it dawned on me then I actually know somebody, you know.
That doesn't like it.
Terrible. Yes, Tyler Adams says Misery is incredible. Of course, it's incredible. It's a masterpiece. Jordan says, got to see it in the cinema a few weeks ago. Oh, God. It's not fair. It was absolutely amazing. I hadn't seen it since the 90s. Oh, I'd love to see the cinema. I missed it. I was too young.
How would you go so long without seeing it, John? That's amazing.
Jordan Murray, thought you were going to say you were seduced by Kathy Bates. Fine woman. Nothing wrong with Kathy Bates.
Nothing wrong with Kathy Bates.
What's that film? She's naked in the sauna. I think.
Is it the Jack Nicholson one?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson
about Schmidt.
Is that the film? What
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what's heartbreaking is that she said in an interview recently, she said, I know I'm not a conventional woman and I know I'm not attractive, but I'm glad I look the way I look because I got the parts that I got.
Yeah.
And it's quite heartbreaking, really, because she's a lovely woman, like, but for her to look at herself that way, but at least in her head, she's like, well, you know, if I didn't look the way I looked, I wouldn't have got Misery, maybe. Do you know what I mean?
She's absolutely amazing in The Office. I'm drawing a blank on her character's name. But I think she's amazing every scene she's in. What
about Waterboy? Best role. She should have got an Oscar for that.
Oh yeah, the devil. Yes.
Foosball's the devil.
Jamie Hart says Pet Sematary is my favourite. Funny enough, when I said gun to my head, I forgot about Shining. Forgot it existed.
Yeah, I know. What's wrong with you?
But I don't know. I've got more of a soft spot for this. So Gina says I can't stand The Shining. Oddly enough, as I can't stand Jack Nicholson. He reminds me of my ex-husband too much.
You can't have that.
Don't watch about Schmidt then. I'd say it was another good Stephen King film with her in it. Is Dolores Claiborne. Yeah. That's a good underrated film. Claiborne or Claiborne, I can't remember what it's called.
Claiborne, yeah.
I love The Stand and Carrie, Gina says. I've never seen The Stand, believe it or not.
I actually enjoyed the new one. It got disgusting amount of hate. I didn't understand it at all.
Yeah.
Now I haven't read the book, and I know a lot of people they will judge it on the book and not look at the show as its own thing. Once you start changing things, that's it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, totally. Ben Grimm jumped on. Cheers, Ben, for jumping on. Did you see Castle Rock season 2 where Lizzie Kaplan played young Annie Wilkes? I started watching it and I bailed for some reason.
Oh, Jenks, I was so gutted when they cancelled that season 1 and season 2 because it's set in Castle Rock and obviously, and you've got all the characters entwined. What's her name? Mia from Evil Dead 2013.
Something Levy.
Jane Levy.
Jane Levy.
She plays Jack Torrance's niece in it. So she's a character that pops up, and when she says her name, her surname is Torrance, and then she says a story about her uncle who went mad
Right.
up in the hills.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they've got loads of little things that come in and out of the show. But yeah, Lizzie Kaplan was fantastic in season 2.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, gutted down, got cancelled.
Tyler Adams says Infested was great. Watched it with the wife and kids, and they were shrieking. Awesome. Right, should we move on to? Hang on, let me just read a couple left. I love Kathy Bates in American Horror Story. Ella says, "Yeah, see, she's in. Is she just in Hotel, or is she in a few with them?"
She's in Freak Show. She's definitely in Freak Show.
Right. Yes.
I think she plays the bearded lady in Freak Show.
Oh, of course, yeah. Ben Grimm says season 2 was a Salem's Lot season 2. All right. Have you seen season 2 of Castle Rock?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do right. This is shitty and good. It's not a shitty film. It's quite a fun film.
Yes.
But it's kind of in the shitty category. But there aren't that many. There's loads of shit films this year, but none that I've seen, or you really, apart from a couple we've got on the list.
Yeah.
One of them. But I used to love this film. I used to have it on big box VHS, believe it or not, Kurt.
Yeah, I don't believe it, to be honest.
And I was kind of in love with this woman.
I know.
But oddly enough, only when she was like half a zombie.
I was going to say the same thing. I love this movie. My father had this one on VHS when I was a kid. It was one I weren't allowed to watch when I was very young, but I was obsessed with that cover.
Yes.
It looks nothing like the characters, but that is one of the coolest covers ever. I love the purples, the drawing, the way Frankenhooker is writ. And whoever came up with that title, Frankenhooker, needs a raise, because that is one of the best movie titles ever. Frank Henlotter hasn't done much. You've got Basket Case, Brain Damage, a few basket cases, and Frankenhooker. He hasn't got a massive body of work, but the work that he has done, I love this guy. He's as trashy as you can get. I'd say this is probably his least trashiest film compared to Basket Case and Brain Damage.
I've never seen Basket Case.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. Well, the first one anyway. The sequels are a bit shit, to be honest. But there's a lot of basket case in this one too. When all the hookers are all morphed together, some of the most nightmarish scenes ever. But the basic premise: he plays some sort of Frankenstein, and for some reason he buys his father-in-law a remote control lawnmower, and she ends up getting caught in it and ripped to shreds. And he takes all the body parts he can. And then he's going to try and build her back. But the parts that he's missing, he decides to hire loads of hookers and kill them to take their body parts. But he wants to kill them with super meth.
Right.
He mixes super meth.
Sounds awesome.
And he goes, well, they're going to die anyway. So, if they want to smoke meth, that's on them. So he basically hires like 10 hookers in this room. They're all smoking meth and they all just start blowing up. And then he takes the parts he needs and then builds his girlfriend. But because she's got body parts from hookers, she instinctively just becomes a hooker and goes off in the night. And then it's, him chasing her, right? It is the most bonkers movie ever. The effects aren't the best. For 1990, some of the movies that came out before it are 10 times better. The effects are ultra shoddy, but it's perfect for the film. I never watch it and say, like, this looks shit, because it fits what the film is, if you know what I mean. But
her look is completely 80s, isn't it? Like, it looks if I said this was made in 1987 or something, you'd be like, oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she is.
More so as the Frankenhooker. But I like the colours, the purple,
Do you know I put the title of the film now on the screen? It looks like that's my name.
We're gonna get demonetized.
It just looks like it's my name, like Curtis Frankenhooker, as if it's my handle, my YouTube handle. That's a great handle, actually.
I need to know in the comments if anyone has seen this one. And this one is a proper, I think, Jenks, a hidden gem. not enough people know about this movie, but it's ultra low budget, right? It's ultra schlocky, but it's a super fun movie. I watched it
Yeah.
again today, and I always have good fun with this one. I go back to it every few years.
So that the cover, right, I was obsessed with as a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit of a drawer, and I drew it as close as I could. And I was I've never been good at drawing women, but she was the only one I could draw perfectly with that sort of shape.
Yeah.
Because if you're into drawing, you tend to be able to only draw your own gender. And yeah, she's really hot. Do you want to read a few comments, Kurt?
Yeah, where are we?
We are at, so
I got it. That face as well, that's such a good face. And you know, the makeup between the colour of her torso and then the colour of her face, it's perfect.
look at those nipples.
It's
Jesus Christ.
It's such an iconic look. She always does conventions and she turns up dressed like that as well.
Is it?
She's a good sport. Yeah. She's always there.
Yeah, that's
She was
a great-
supposed to be at For the Love of Horror last year, but she pulled out.
That's a great.
Oh, we've got batshit scary. Up a bit late again. Better late than ever.
Oh, we were
Always
late.
better
Good,
than
is late.
ever, pal. Don't worry, I was about 20 minutes late to my own
Disgusting.
show. Corvin too. That's it. She was in Corvin. Yes. Batshit says it's my ex-wife. You lucky sod. Ben says great film, so fun to watch. Oh, definitely a fun one. Ella, I love the cover. Haven't seen it though. Ella, I'd recommend this one, but only if you're into a particular type of movie. If you've seen Basket Case, Street Trash, any of those movies and enjoyed them, you definitely enjoy this one. Definitely a fun one. Tyler says, I need to see this one still, but I've recently VFX supervised a film called Franken Babes. Got some great practical effects and CG and even 2D animation. Is there anything online I can look at for that one, pal? That sounds right up my street.
Franken Babes.
Franken Babes. Batcher said, is it on Prime or Shudder? I don't know. I've got it on Blu-ray, but
I think it's
I'd
one of
say
those lost
probably
movies. You got to hunt for it, I think.
I'd say you'd probably get it on Shudder or Prime.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
not, an Arrow sub on Amazon. It'd definitely be on there. Jenks, I wish you still had that drawing.
I have still got it. I got it.
Batshit says, I drew Laura Croft back in PS1 days. Those triangles. Oof. Yeah, the triangles. Have you seen they've just remastered the first 3 Tomb Raider games and they fixed the triangles?
Is it?
Disgusting.
I
They
know.
should have
Oh,
kept
yes.
them.
I had heard.
Yeah. There we are. Batshit, the Palf has spoken. It's on Prime. Awesome.
Oh, is it? For free?
Yeah,
Have
it'll be
you got to
free, yeah.
pay?
Well, if she says it's on Prime, that probably means it'll be free.
Right.
But I recommend this one, guys, if you like your movies a bit schlocky. It's just a fun movie. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's got a good mix of body horror humor, and it's got a ridiculous, I say 80s villain. He seems like an 80s villain. He's the pimp. I think he's called Zorro, and all his hookers have a Z burned into their skin. He's this juiced up guy who clearly isn't doing the voiceover for his own character because his lips never move when he's talking.
Right. Should we move on? So
Yes, let's do it.
next up, we have got
Yes.
Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead remake.
Yes.
So this film, Night of the Living Dead, has been in the public domain since the start. He never wrote it, rated it, copyrighted
Righted.
it.
Come on, Jenks, you're an offer.
Well,
Come on.
it's an odd one. Anyway, George Romero never wrote it, written it, rated it. And anyone can make this film. That's why there's so many shitty ones. But this was the first. Tom Savini's not a director, and he did a cracking job. He's got some of the best. Obviously, the makeup is awesome in this film, but it's a bit of a hidden gem. I think a lot of people, normies, haven't probably heard of it, hadn't seen it, very unaware of it. But it's a really damn good zombie movie, I got to say. Great sort of zombies.
Yeah,
especially
I
this
agree
guy.
with you. Obviously, you know, Jenks, I'm a huge fan of Tom Savini. I think the guy can do no wrong. And I think he did a cracking job with this one. And what's so good about this one is that he kind of tricks you at the start into thinking this is a shot-for-shot remake.
Yeah.
And it is beat for beat. For a little while there at the start, it is beat for beat well, a shot-by-shot remake of
Yeah.
the original. But then he just starts throwing things in then that you're not expecting, and that's why the jump scares work so well in this one, and that's why the story works well, because
Yeah.
you're expecting Night of the Living Dead because it's in the same place, it looks the same, and then he's just throwing things you left and right. And obviously, Tom Savini being one of the best practical effects makeup artists in the world, this is some of his best work, Jenks. The zombies
Yeah.
are some of the best zombies you will see in a movie. And I just think it's forgotten because it's compared to the original one. The original obviously being one of the most iconic movies ever made. And I just think it's got lost beside that. But I think Savini done a cracking job with this movie. And it's a shame. He's directed, I think, an episode from Tales from the Dark Side. But other than that, he hasn't really done much directing. It's a shame.
Do you know, when this came out, I jumped in it straight away. Any zombie movie, especially back then, because it was slim pickings. They weren't pumping out good ones. Early 90s, it was kind of a lost thing, and I loved this movie. I wasn't precious about the first one because it's black and white, and it came out when I was a kid. This one, so I didn't care. I didn't like the original as a kid. I didn't even appreciate it. Obviously, as an adult, I appreciate it, but this is great. Look, if you couldn't be bothered to watch a black and white movie, which I do understand, I'd say jump on this. It's awesome, and it's kind of approved by George Romero because obviously they're buddies. And yeah, I love it. This is one of my.
Sorry, Jenks. George Romero phoned up Tom Savini and said, I'm working on a remake for Night of the Living Dead. I want you to help me make it. And he's like, great, okay, when, sort the details out. And he's like, what do you need from me? He's like, I need you to direct it. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, you're going to direct my remake of Night of the Living Dead. And that's how it started. He thought he was obviously going to come on and just do the special effects.
Yeah.
And he was like, I need you to direct it for me. I think he was busy doing, I can't remember what film, but he was busy working on another film and he wanted to get this out. I think there was like a time restraint on there that he needed to get it out. So he was working on another film and he hired Thomas Feeney to do this one then.
It's funny because like these zombies, like there's Night of the Living Dead is literally
that looks.
The start of the outbreak, right? So the zombie shouldn't be this rotten, but he's probably thinking, I don't care.
No, I don't care. They look great.
Yeah, because every film they get more rotten, and this one is like clearly been dead for a while.
the best zombie is the tuxedo guy. Because he's in a full suit like that, and then when the camera goes behind him, there's nothing behind him.
Yes, because they've done an autopsy of him, isn't there?
Yeah.
This film has got a great final girl as well. She's really good.
Yes.
And they've got Tony Todd as well, which is she's actually playing the lead, but I suppose they got Tony Todd in it because it's a little bit closer to the original. I don't know whether they just wanted a cool black actor. Because the first one was kind of groundbreaking. I think George Romero said, because it was a big thing to have a lead black guy. But George Romero came out and said, no, I just picked the best guy for the job. But it didn't even dawn on me.
And that's how it should be done.
But Tony Todd. The ending, if you haven't seen this film, I don't want to spoil it really, because not a lot of people have seen it.
Nah, don't spoil this.
But anyway, the ending of the original is really tragic. The ending of this one is equally tragic, but completely different, and equally as clever and horrifying, I would say. I know it's an old film, but if it's a film that's quite rare, it's worth not saying the ending because people haven't seen it, I think.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a bit old now, but it still looks great, and it runs well as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's great. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't see much love for this one.
No. I'm going to read a few... I love this one, Cheap and Cheerful. I don't know whether he's talking about Wolfman's talking about Frankenhooker. But yes, probably. I'm jumping late on that one. How's it going, Barry? If you haven't checked out his channel, Wolfman's Got Nads. It's fucking awesome. And he's killing it at the moment.
Everyone knows who Wolfman is.
Yeah, and he's killing it at the moment.
Doesn't need no speech.
Yeah, he's pumping out a lot of videos. I don't know where he finds the time.
Thanks for jumping on, Barry.
Yeah, cheers, Barry. Top man. Appreciate the support. Eli Cortez, what's up, Jenks? Curtis? I know. There's an Ella and Eli on no chat. What's up, Jenks and Curtis and all you twisted nights? Miss you guys. How's it going, Eli?
Yes, Eli, thanks for jumping on, pal. You're a legend.
We got Davy Dread or Davy Dread.
Davy Dread, man, come on.
Davy, whatever. Night of the Living Dead remake is so damn good. Yes, it is. It needs more love, I think. It
Yeah,
really does.
absolutely. Yeah,
I
all
think-
day.
I think people are too precious on the original, and you can love them both. Same as Dawn of the Dead. You can love them both. You don't have to compare them.
Yeah.
Now, you can't. The Day of the Dead remake is shit though, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, we don't have to speak about that one.
No. John Moran. I never knew about this until years after it, because zombie movies were 10 a penny, and they all had similar names around this time. But I love this one. Yeah, there's about 5 Night of the Living Dead movies. There's Night of the Living Dead 3D. There's Regeneration, and there's elements. I watched the 3D ones. That guy from House of a Thousand Corpses, isn't it? The clown guy. What's his called?
Oh, Sid Haig.
Sid Haig, he's in it.
Yes.
And
Yeah. I know the film you're on about.
yeah, so he made it, and at the time I didn't know about the public domain thing. I just thought, oh, they made another version of it. But it's got it's got a few decent bits in it, but ultimately it's pretty shit, really shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So he's clarifying. Frankenhooker, yes. 1 second. This is for you, Kurt. Eli Curtis says, Curtis, did you get the Beyond on 4K?
No, I didn't, pal. So they're not delivering that one to the UK. So I did try. It sold out very quick. But I did find some of those selling it, but they're not delivering it outside of the USA. So I'm hoping one of the other labels picks it up, like Arrow or something, because obviously Arrow have the Blu-ray. But I rewatched it the other day on Blu-ray. It looks fantastic. I will get the 4K, but I'm not clamoring for it because the Blu-rays look so great. These films are so old now that any sort of upgrade they've got look fantastic, and that's on a big TV as well. So I'm not in a massive rush to get it, but I did try and grab that one. I'm saying I'm not in a massive rush to get it. I did try and grab it just for collection purposes. But stunning set, pal.
1 second. So next up, we've got Nightbreed. Now, look, this was kind of in my worst list, but it's not a shit film. It's just not as good as all the other stuff if you compare it to like Misery. But this is not one of the shitty ones. Look, this was a weird one. It's directed by Clive Barker, and it really struggled to get a release in the UK. So my different cousin, had a game. Do you remember the Amiga? Or are you too young to remember?
No, I know the Amiga. Yeah.
Well, he had Nightbreed game. So we play in the game, and you could not get hold of the film. We just didn't understand what was going on. We saw this awesome Clive Barker's Nightbreed. And then when it finally came out, I was jumped in it straight away. Actually, I had a comic of it as well. I read the comic before the film. And then a long time after, I don't know what year it came out in the UK, but quite late.
Yeah.
Jumped on it. Very disappointing. I know you got a bit more of a soft spot on this, but not for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I say I've got a soft spot for it. I haven't seen it in about maybe 15 years, Jenks.
I stuck it on about 4 years ago. It's not very
good. I bought it a few years ago, but I haven't got around to rewatching it. I watched it quite a bit when I was a kid, but yeah, I can't even remember basic plot points of it. It's been maybe 15, 20 years, Jenks.
Look, the only good thing about this film is you got David Cronenberg's in it, and he's playing, I don't know what the name of the killer is, but it's a great mask. He's got like two buttonholes.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they couldn't use this as a new killer. Like a hat with a suit. It looks great with the suit and the sort of bandage head with the buttons. I think he's got
David Cronenberg as well.
Yeah. It's a great mask, great look. It's just the problem with it. I stuck it on only a few years ago. I was very curious to see if I still liked it.
Yeah.
And the problem with it, the first opening scene, you've got all these monsters running, and you're seeing them in the flesh straight away, and you're like, oh, that's the end of that then. There's no reveal. It's just too much too soon, and it's bad direction or bad script writing. I know he wrote it and directed it, Clive Barker, but it's a schoolboy error, and somebody who's directed Hellraiser should know that keeping a little bit back, is very important. But not a big fan of this. Although
Fair
great
enough.
monster makeup. Look at that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Creature design's amazing. I'm gonna read a few. Do you want to read a few comments?
Yeah.
Wolfman's.
We've got Wolfman. Cable cut of Nightbreed isn't
Cabal.
great. It makes the monsters the good guys. Cabal. Not the worst idea, but I preferred them as the bad guys in the theatrical version. I know the original vision was Cabal cut.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got both cuts on Blu-ray. I just haven't gone back and
what?
watched this one in a long time.
So there's one cut that they're the bad guys. Or so
I suppose so,
the only version I've seen is that they're the good guys. And they get attacked. Their home is called Midian. I think the place is where they live. It's like the afterlife, or between heaven and hell. I can't really remember. And they get attacked by the police, and it's just a big shootout, and it's just ridiculous because Midian is really easy to access. It's not like a magical world. It just seems to be like anyone could go. It's quite shit, actually. I reckon if you stuck this on, Kurt, I know you like shit films, but I think I think you'd struggle with it. Yeah.
Is it worse than Street Trash? That's how I'm marking things. That's how I'm marking it.
Trevi McTrev, Nightbreed is sick. No.
Hey, what's happening, Trev?
How's it going, Trev? Right, I think there's not a lot of love for this one. We can move on from this. We can brush over this. Hang on. So Wolfman says, theatrical bad guys, Cabal and director's cut, good guys. 3 cuts off fair play.
3 cuts, like.
Yeah, that's not good. There's clearly not a vision there.
No.
Yeah, but you can see Clive Barker is a master at creature design. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Candyman as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right, should we move on, Kurt?
Let's do it.
We've got Flatliners. Do you want to kick this off?
Well, I've seen this once about 20 years ago. I mean, I know the premise, the plot and stuff like that. It's obviously quite a popular film. It's not one I've gone back to in a long time.
I love it.
But yeah, go on, kick it off, Jenks.
This film has got one of the best casts you can imagine. Now, some of them were up and comers at the time, but you got Julia Roberts, you got I've forgotten his name now. What's his name?
Keith Sutherland.
I know Keith Sutherland. What's the fat guy called? I've forgotten his name now. I'm drawing a blank. And I've forgotten which Baldwin he is. I know he's not Alex. He's William or Stephen?
William Baldwin, that is.
William, yeah. They're like the brat pack of the day. And you got Joel Schumacher directed it, one of his better ones. Yeah, I love this movie. It's been remade recently. It's quite the shit remake.
Yeah.
Basically, these they're students in that. They look about 45. I don't know why they're students. But they're experimenting with the afterlife. They're kind of stopping their heart rates and seeing if there's an afterlife, which is kind of nonsense. They're supposedly dead for minutes, like it goes up to 8 minutes. They're daring each other to say, like, look, I'm going to do 5 minutes, I'm going to do 6 minutes. And when they experience the afterlife, they kind of bring something back, like a negative thing. So like if you've done something in your past, it comes back to haunt you. And that's the basic premise. It's a great premise, actually. And I'd say, look, this was a hit at the time, but it's kind of underrated in the sense that nobody talks about it anymore. Even though there's a remake recently, it's kind of lost in time. I don't know why, because it's a great movie.
I get it.
Yeah. Do you want to read a few comments, Kurt?
Yeah. We got Trevi. What's up, dudes? What's happening, pal? Thanks for jumping on, mate. John says, I've owned this for about 4 years on Blu-ray, convinced I'll not enjoy it. I'm assuming he's on about Nightbreed.
Yeah.
Trevor says, get the right cut and it's awesome. Yeah, we've got Nightbreed. Jordan says, I fucking love Flatliners.
Oliver Plant.
There we are.
Yeah.
Platt or Plant?
Platt, sorry.
Yeah. Ellis says, yes, I love Flatliners. Refuse to watch the remake. Yeah, I haven't seen the remake.
I started watching the remake and I fell asleep. It's got, I forgot who's in it now.
Luke Page.
What's his name?
Is it Luke Page? I don't know.
Elliot Page.
Elliot Page. Be quiet. John Moran says remake is terrible. I didn't fancy it at all when it came out. Wolfman says the remake fell flat on his face.
Oh,
Puns galore.
genius.
It absolutely flatlined.
Look, it's a great premise. Honestly, it's proper horror. Now, you might call it sci-fi, but you're talking about like the afterlife.
Yeah.
I think the guy who gets it worse is Keith Sutherland. I think he actually killed somebody by accident when he was young, and he can't correct it because they're all trying to correct what they did in the past. I haven't seen this in a while, but it's definitely worth jumping on. So you've only seen this once, Kurt?
You know, oh yeah, years ago when I was a kid, I was into Keith Sutherland and Joel Schumacher, obviously because of Lost Boys.
And Batman and Robin, yeah.
Yeah. And I watched it once, maybe 20 years ago when I was young, and I haven't gone back to it. I enjoyed it, but it's just not one that's been in my rotation.
How many times have you seen Street Trash?
Easily 50. Hey, different strokes for different folks, all right, gents? It's all down to personal perception, right? I'll ask you one thing about Flatliners, right?
Go on,
would you do it if you knew it would work, right? And they told you, look, we can flatline you. You can see what it's like to be dead. They take you into the room. They've got all the equipment there. Would you let them flatline you? Because I know if I was controlling it, I'd flatline you and not let you wake up.
Well,
why coffee on the machine?
So why are you telling me your plot when you're asking me would I do it, and then you're saying that if I do it, you're not going to wake me up?
Yeah, but I'm not a scientist, am I? I'm not exactly ever going to be in the position where I'm like, yeah, I can flatline you, mate, and bring you back.
Well, I got something for you. Do you believe in it?
I can just about make a toasty, man. Come on.
It's a great film, I got to say.
Well, would you do it?
No, of course I wouldn't, especially if you're not going to wake me up.
Well, not me, a proper scientist, right? Handsome Keith Sutherland pulls you into a room, right? And says, I can flatline you for 5 minutes, see what the afterlife is like. See what the afterlife is like for the gingers. See how they get on.
As long as one of the Baldwins isn't doing it for me.
Apparently, the gingers are very loved in the afterlife.
They are,
apparently, they've got it good.
Julia Roberts is a ginger, so, she was, yeah. I've noticed I've frozen on a picture of her with a bra on. Right, hang on. So,
such a dirty old man.
So Eli Cote says, I haven't seen Flatlands. Look, it's definitely worth jumping on. I haven't got a clue if it's on any streaming. It's probably you might have to pay for it or use your dodgy stick. That's not a euphemism. McTrev says, I might watch Flatlands tonight. Somehow I missed it. It is a great film. Do not mix it up with the original. With the remake, sorry.
The remake. I'm going to give it another watch soon.
Yes.
I think. I've got it on VHS.
Look, just don't watch Street Trash once this year. Yeah? Just rather watching it 10 times, watch it 9 times, and then save one of the watches for this. Good deal.
Well, you don't think I watch 10 films a day anyway?
McTrev says the weed they make these days flatlines you. I'd rather not have seen it. I think I've seen it. Right, shall we move on then?
Yes.
We're whizzing through these. Right, I'm going to kick us off because I love this movie. We got Arachnophobia.
Can I just say, the artwork on that poster, fantastic.
Yeah, it's simple. Do you know
what, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what that poster is better than? The poster for Saw X.
Look, you just don't understand, yeah? Let's not go through this again.
Can I just say one thing, right? For anyone who isn't a member, we put a video out, right? And we did the 10 best horror posters of all time. I had 5, he had 5.
Our favourites, not the
Our favourites,
the best.
all right, okay. One of his picks was Saw 10, right?
Yeah.
All the posters out there, and I think it was number one best, your favourite poster of all time.
We didn't even put him in order. Don't make it worse.
Saw 10. Can someone please give him shit for that?
Right. Can someone give shit to Curtis because he just picked his 5 favourite movies ever?
Yeah, but they've all got great posters.
What are the
Evil
odds?
Dead 2, Army of Darkness. They've all got great posters.
I know. It's
The Thing.
Hell of fuck off.
So what I came to a conclusion, right? So Jenks' favorite poster of all time is Saw 10, and
It's
his
not
least
of
favorite
all time.
poster, his least favorite poster of all time is The Thing. He doesn't rank it at all. He thinks it's shit.
I didn't say it was shit. I said it didn't. Anyway, what are you talking about now? Right. Do you know this poster, right? Arachnophobia. As good as
Hey,
the
you're in
artwork
no
is,
position to talk about posters,
as
right,
good as the
Jenks?
artwork is, because the spider was so small. I remember as a kid, I didn't know there was actually a spider in the image. You know the poster you'd see.
Oh, you were blind as well, were you?
No, you're seeing it up close now. When you had it on video, you'd see it. But as a poster, you could never see that spider. You just looked like the moon. So
Yeah.
as a kid, I didn't know what arachnophobia meant. It's like, what's that? Oh, spider thing. Oh, is it?
Oh, is
It is,
it?
it is a cool poster. I love this movie. Look, I am petrified of spiders, okay? And
Yeah.
when I watched this and when I watched Infested, the first time in my life, I was glad that I had arachnophobia because I appreciated these films more. Now,
Yeah.
like I said before, I enjoyed snakes in the plane, but I don't care about snakes. They don't bother me. They might as
Yeah.
well have been deadly ferrets or something. But I love these films. They use real spiders for the
Mhm.
most part. They use heat lamps to make them to manipulate their movement, to make them move away from the lamps or towards the lamps. I can't remember what they said. And it is a proper small town Tremors vibe of
Hey,
small town. What?
small town Steven Spielberg.
Small town Steven Spielberg, but it's the
Yeah.
perfect B movie.
Yeah.
Again, we always talk about Tremors. We mentioned Tremors later, but about templates for a B movie, and I don't mean B movie like like Street Trash. That's a Z movie. I'm talking B movie where there's beats like there's a small town, there's a sheriff, there's a small doctors, and whatnot. And this does it perfectly. I love this movie. What do you think of this, Kurt?
Yeah, absolutely, Jenks. And I basically hadn't seen it up until, well, a few weeks ago. I watched it with my daughter. I'd seen it once when I was very young, but watching it again a few months ago, it was basically like watching a new movie.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was shocked as to how effective this movie is and how well it's made. The spiders are terrifying. Like you said, it's got that great small town feel. It feels like a big grand Steven Spielberg movie, but done on a small level, a B
yeah, yeah.
movie level. Jeff Daniels is great in it.
Oh, he's awesome.
And what made me laugh, though, right, is that you've seen Eight-Legged Freaks, haven't you?
Yes,
So I tried to show that to my daughter first, which is
that's
just
not scary for arachnophobics like me.
no,
No.
exactly, because the spiders are huge and
Yeah, too big.
ridiculous, like.
Yeah.
But she made me turn that one off, because it there's a bit where it's killing a cat in the walls, and you've got the shape of the cat
Oh,
coming
yeah.
through the walls. Like, she made me turn it off, but she'll sit through this, and she loved it.
Doesn't that happen in Sting? Or are you mixing them up?
No, it definitely happens in.
In
Um,
eight-legged freaks.
yes, 100%. Yeah,
It does that does happen in Sting as well, isn't it?
I think there's a
Something
parrot, maybe
there's something in the wall. I can't remember.
a parrot. I think.
Sting doesn't evoke the same feelings. The
I
spider.
quite
Look,
enjoyed Sting, but it was a bit of a throwaway movie.
yeah, as after watching like Infested, then going to Sting. Look, the CGI spider is a good CGI spider, but it doesn't feel real. You know that you
Yeah.
need real spiders to be scary. And this film is real. Infested is real. It's a brilliant film.
This was one of the first films I seen John Goodman in, and
Oh, really?
unrecognizable in this movie. If you look
Yes.
at him, how he looks now, or even in the
Yeah.
look at that. That is not John Goodman. Looks
Well,
nothing like him.
well, he was pretty much fat for all his career. Only in the last few years he's slimmed down.
Well, if you look like a Borrower's era, maybe like late 90s, early
Yeah.
2000s, that's the John Goodman I like. I
Yeah.
associate him with.
This
Looks
was
nothing like him.
this was his Roseanne era.
Yeah.
And like he's slimmed down a hell of a lot now. He's always been quite fat, but he's very slim now. Like he was
Yeah.
he was still quite chunky in what's it called? Flight, where he plays the drug dealer. Awesome character. But yeah, now he's like really skinny. It's really strange.
Yeah. Extra skinny.
But yeah,
But
do you wanna read
his greatest movie ever, The Flintstones. Come on.
do you want to read a few comments?
Yeah, where are we? Don says, "Yay, spiders!"
Yes.
Someone like spiders.
They're the best movie monster. They're better than sharks.
Eli says, "All great posters apart from Saw X. Awful choice." Yeah, agreed. Eli,
He never
agreed.
said awful choice. You've added that. I'm
Curtis,
paraphrasing.
we're all epic posters. I know.
No,
I know.
look, or even The Thing.
Great
Come on, now
posters.
it's ridiculous.
Oh, don't get me started now, even though I started it. But Jordan says, "I love Arachnophobia. That poster is ambling as fuck. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
The movie was so effective, I refused to get in my mum's car after the cinema in case it was infested."
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's those realistic spiders as well. They're not
Yeah.
monsters; they're real things. Eli says, "I love this movie. Such an awesome small town atmosphere."
Oh,
yeah.
they nail it.
Ella says, "Curtis, you're still on top form despite being ill." I am slowly flagging you guys.
He's dosed up.
Yeah,
Paracetamols.
yeah, slowly running out, guys. I am starting to lose some momentum here. Trevi says, "Arachnophobia was boring for me, lads." That's fair enough, pal. It's definitely a bit of a slow burn.
Look, I bet you any money that Trevi is not afraid of spiders, and I wonder if I wasn't scared of spiders, would I have the same love for it? You know, but
I do. I'm not scared of spiders.
No, I know, but I just think there's always a chance that it wouldn't have the same effect.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Our Life in Horror. Thanks for jumping on, guys.
Thanks for jumping on.
Infested was incredible. Can't wait for that director's Evil Dead.
Yes, good
I know
shout.
we've got a title as well, Evil Dead Burn. Apparently, Sebastian Vanacek has said it's going to be the most mean-spirited Evil Dead. Somehow, it's going to be nastier than 2013 Evil Dead. But if you're familiar with French extreme directors, they've done some gnarly shit. Oh my God.
I bet you any money he would, because of the Terrifier now, that's probably in his head of like, right, I'm going to fucking beat the Terrifier.
Oh, can you imagine, right? Not that I would want Evil Dead to be as over the top as Terrifier, but can you imagine the intensity of Terrifier in terms of how nasty the gore is put in an Evil Dead movie?
Yes.
Which is basically Evil Dead 2013. It's about as nasty as you can get it. But
because Evil Dead 13 is pretty humorless for the most part. But still done realistically in the sense, you know, even though it's like a monster movie, but whereas Terrifier is a bit more tongue-in-cheek, even though it's violent.
Eli says he was awesome in 10 Cloverfield Lane. I love that movie. It's so underrated.
Yeah.
The problem with that movie is that they built up this twist, but they've got Cloverfield in the title. So it was... I wish it was its own movie. It wasn't connected to Cloverfield. And we didn't know it was going to be anything to do with aliens. And we just start within this bunker.
Yeah.
But he plays a good villain.
It's so strange, that film, because when I was watching it, I didn't understand. I thought, oh, this is just a sequel to Cloverfield. And when she goes to the top and there's aliens, I was just thinking, is this the same aliens from Cloverfield? It's very confusing. She's in a spaceship. It's just a tagged on title, isn't it? It's got fuck all to do with Cloverfield.
Yeah, 100%. What we got? Tyler says Jeff Daniels is a national treasure. Absolutely.
I love Jeff Daniels. I think he's the best thing in Dumb and Dumber. I do. I think he's absolutely amazing. Somehow he's the least dumb.
Ben says, "I'm currently watching Camp Blood." Jesus Christ, that's a schlocky one. We used to watch that one when we were young. My father loved it. He had on DVD. Extra shit, Jenks. That is proper now, right, Jenks? If me and you, right, were 12 and we grabbed our parents' VHS camera and just headed out into the woods and filmed a couple of us hitting trees with sticks. It's the equivalent of that.
Oh, is that the one you mentioned recently? It's not the one was in our other video with 1980 something.
No,
86. There was another crap one you mentioned. It sounded the same.
Yeah, not Camp Blood. Our Life in Horror said, "Big statement, but the French know how to do it." Yeah, they've got some of the nastiest movies. Have you seen Inside? Jesus Christ, that's a nasty film.
I still haven't seen that, mate.
My girlfriend made me turn that one off. It's the first movie she's asked for me to turn off. That one is extra nasty. Trevi says, did you do Army of Darkness yet? That's my jam. Yes, one of my all-time favorites, pal. Love that one. I didn't not for this video, I don't think, but we have reviewed Army of Darkness. There's a
Yeah,
solo
it's
video we've done.
when did 92 or 93 did it come out?
93, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I
Can't
think that
remember.
when I
I'm not
said
good with
let's do a
years.
93 video, I think that was the only film that was worth talking
Yeah.
about.
There is about 10 Camp Bloods out now. Who's making remakes to these movies? It's mental.
No, because even a shit remake costs millions to make, like at least $1 million. Like that's still a lot of money.
Yeah. Eli says, have you seen Nightwish from 89, Curtis, or Low from 09? Nothing's ringing a bell at the moment, pal. I might have, but my brain's very foggy right now.
Yeah. Before we move on, R.I.P. Julian Sands. He's a great character. in
Oh
this
yes,
film.
of course.
Yeah, he should have been in a few for horrors. Oh, I've frozen.
Who's frozen? You have.
Yeah, I'm frozen. Am I still moving your end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I'm
Oh no, you're
frozen.
not moving. No, I can hear you. Can everyone
Yeah.
hear him? Or?
Yeah, I'm frozen. Oh, is it my internet or your internet? I wonder.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, what a nightmare we're having. Hang on. No, I think it's
I just
my
googled
end.
that now.
I
Yeah, it
think
must be. I'm fine.
It's my end because my screen's not working. I can't send a message. Everything's frozen actually. Hey, I'm back. Sorry.
There we are.
I think my screen just froze. Don't know what's going on. Anyway,
Eli, I haven't seen Nightwish. I just googled that one now.
what is Nightwish?
Yeah, I did some movie from 1989. I haven't seen it.
Oh, Trevor, you mentions Martyrs. Have you seen that? I haven't seen that.
I've seen Martyrs. Gee, I haven't seen the remake. I didn't feel the need to, but oh my god, yeah, Martyrs is insane. That's got a full body scalp in it. Horrible.
Do you know what, Kurt? We've got so many to get through. I wonder if we should do a part 2. 1990 part 2.
What time are we on?
We're on almost 1 hour and 10 almost.
Okay, then let's do one more then.
Yeah, let's do one more and do a part 2 because we've got so much to get through.
There's not that many, Jenks. I wouldn't say it's deserving of a part 2.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right because the shitty ones we don't talk about long. Right, I tell you what. Let's do Tremors next because we can't not do Tremors. This is such a good film. We've already did a review with this last year. I love this movie. Look, again, we talk about B movies. This is the perfect template. If filmmakers out there, if you're going to make a B movie, just copy this beat for beat. It's got a great monster, great setting, great characters, great dialogue. It is the perfect B movie. I absolutely love this movie. The sequels are dog shit. Even the sort of no, they are. Saying that, I've only seen the second one, and that's the better sequel. And it's got stupid raptors ones. They fly in the third one, don't they?
Yeah, they fart.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Are you?
It is a B movie, Jenks. Come on, cut this some slack.
I love this movie. It's a perfect
Jenks,
movie.
this is a perfect one location movie. It's fantastic. It hasn't aged a day.
No.
Their chemistry as well, the two leads.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. I love all the characters. What's the name of the town they live in?
Perfection,
that's it. Yeah. So it's a small town. I think it's got a population of like 20, maybe less than that. And what's great about this one is the film starts and they want to go on to bigger things, don't they? Right, we're going to leave town, and every time they try and leave, something happens, and then they basically end up getting stuck there.
Yeah.
And as funny and quirky as it is, it's got some great monster moments.
Yeah.
This is one I say this a lot, right? But this is one of my ultimate childhood movies.
Yeah.
I had this one on video, Jenks. One of my favorite covers of all time. Much better than Saw 10. Again, another one that's better than Saw 10. But to me, this is the perfect B movie. I always say on here that I'm a massive fan of one location films. And although it does spread across multiple locations in that location.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But It's perfect, and the way the graboids burrow the ground, everything. It's
Yeah.
just a perfect
And the
movie.
camera shot they
Um,
use when they're ripping through the ground is
yeah,
such
it's so
it's
good.
so good.
And do you know, right, that Kevin Bacon has filmed a pilot for a series? It was going to be a
Yes.
sequel. Didn't get picked up.
Yeah, I know. It's strange
They
because
even released the trailer. I was gutted.
yeah, he was probably too busy making that film They Them.
He was, yeah,
Yeah.
he was probably too busy doing the EE commercials.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I think Tremors is on Tremors 7. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I don't think this movie is a hidden by any means, right? I'm not saying it's a hidden gem and people need to discover it, but it definitely doesn't get enough love.
Yeah.
It's not one I would say that crops up enough. But yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, because there's little things, there's simple beats that work really well. There's kind of a lot of modern films are forgotten. Like, a little bit like the fridge is making a racket, bub, 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 and it's a piece of
Yeah.
shit. And yeah, it's coming, that's going to be significant, but who cares? It works. And when it kicks off and the monster comes out of the ground, it's perfectly set up. Also, as well, their banter, their characters, they're so well written. You want to spend a lot of time with them, and you
Yeah.
feel sorry for them that they can't leave town, and that's because they're so likable. They're very different, but they're sort of like Kevin Bacon. I think Kevin Bacon's the one who's dreaming big, and you got Fred Ward is the one who's a bit more grounded. But
He's so good in any Fred Ward.
But they're still coming together. He's got a great hairline. His hairline starts in his teeth.
Yeah, but they're
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Why wasn't Fred Ward bigger? I know he's obviously a known name. He's done a lot of stuff, but he's such a good actor. He's got great charisma. Everything
Yeah.
I've seen him in, he's brilliant in.
Yeah,
He's in Naked Gun 3.
He's also
good
in
that.
Road. He's really good in Road Trip as well.
Yeah.
He's the dad.
Yeah.
He's the overprotective dad. I'm going to read a few comments before we move on. We can hear your words. Hang on. Just a quick thing about Julian Sands. Jordan Moran says 89, but the Warlock with Julian Sands.
Do you know what, John? I've never seen Warlock.
I've actually seen Warlock and 2 or 3. And it switches into Bruce Payne, the guy from Passion 57, quite similar sort of guys. But yeah, Julian Sands is awesome.
John, is Warlock worth watching? Because if it is, I'll watch it this week, pal. You know me, I got a quick turnover.
Look, if you're asking me, I'd say it's not worth watching. But if you're asking Jordan, he's probably going to say it is worth watching.
Yeah.
Ben says Tremors is outstanding. It is. It's such a good film. And, I think most horror fans have seen it and love it. I've never met anybody, apparently. I have never met anybody who does not like Tremors. I hated the second one. It looks like a well-made film because it's got a little bit of money behind it, but it was because it's coming off the back of Jurassic Park. They turned the Graboids into these stupid, like raptors. And you're thinking, no point to this film is that they're underground. Once you bring them up top, it stops being scary. It's stupid. It's like that film Land Shark, where the shark can come out of the water. It's like, no, he's scary in the water.
Hey, what about Ghost Shark?
I saw the trailer for that. That's kind of genius. Tyler says, I'm crazy about Tremors. The sequels are fun. The first is perfect.
I liked them all when I was a kid. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 went back to the West.
There's a prequel.
I loved them all. I used to watch them on repeat. As an adult, I only watched the first one, to be fair.
Yeah. Taylor says, Arse Blasters, the actual canon name for the flying ones in the franchise.
Yeah, that's it. Arse Blasters. They just shoot off.
Jordan Moran says Tremors 1 is the best 4K transfers. Oh, one of the best.
It is, pal. I bought Tremors on 4K a few months back, and yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I find the films with these brown colours and big landscapes, they look the best in 4K. I just recently bought Kurt Russell's Breakdown on 4K, right? Set in a similar sort of setting and the back roads. Oh my God, I've never seen something so beautiful in all my life. I highly recommend Kurt Russell's Breakdown on 4K.
Oh, I love that movie. Brilliant film.
So good. My God.
Eli says the Tremors TV series is fun. So it was
There was
a pilot.
No, there was one. way before they did the Kevin Bacon pilot. There is a series,
Right.
maybe mid 2000s, but it's not the one Kevin Bacon done.
Right. There's actually a TV series which I watched the first few episodes years ago. Blade. Different guy, not Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah.
run for a few seasons, didn't it?
Yeah, he was on a motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Bald.
got, yeah. Ben says Kevin Bacon Bap is great in this film too. This is definitely high up in my most watched films. Oh, you could watch this over and over again. Totally.
Such an easy watch,
Yeah.
innit? It was one of the first, I say, horror movies I showed to my daughter, trying to get her into it.
Is it?
Like, and I thought Tremors is a perfect gateway horror, and that's
Oh,
another thing no one talks
yeah.
about. When people mention gateway horrors for people wanting to get into horror movies, specifically if you're young, perfect movie. There's next to no go in it. It's funny, but you've also got the intensity as well.
Yeah. No, you're
that you
right.
kind of expect from a horror movie. It's perfect.
Yeah. Eli says there was a mini series and it lasted one season, right?
Yeah, so the cover of that series, they've got an awfully CGI graboid, and I'm like, why did you do that?
Yeah, speaking shit. Elistar, I haven't seen Tremors for a long time. Definitely up there. I didn't know there was a TV series. Look, most people didn't know there was Tremors 7.
Yeah. Most people didn't know that Napoleon Dynamite has been in a Tremors movie.
Yeah. Well, there's one of the Tremors, I think it's number 7, where it's meant to be in the snow, but it's really the sand, and they just make the screen whiter.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. I can't remember. Or yellow.
But they still made it snow on set, but with sand. Like, fuck! Sand in your eyes. Bloody hell!
Yeah, right. Tyler says, Celtic Yard, was that? Dylan's
Right,
New Nightmare.
Do you mean to read it?
Cecil
Dylan's New Nightmare started writing for the Tremors comic. I want to check him out.
Oh, Tremors
definitely check that out.
comic. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good one. John Moran, what's this? TBF.
To be fair, to be fair. Right, let me read a few comments.
I'm showing my age now. I don't know these shortcuts. My daughter will.
To be fair, EE are a really good network. They are.
Too many letters. To be fair, EE.
Eli says, didn't know that, Tyler. Cecil and his crew are legit. Awesome. Jordan says, Warlock is class, Julian Sands is evil, and Richard Grant has a hilarious Scottish accent. Right, I'm getting on it. I'm going to do it. Eli says, come on, guys, House Shark. Is that what it's called? Is it House Shark? Jesus Christ.
Ghost Shark.
The Ghost Shark one, isn't it? Ghost Shark.
I thought it was called Ghost Shark.
No,
Ghost Shark is actually a cartoon, I think. Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Eli says, Friday the 13th has an awesome TV series as well. Yes, I've seen a fair few of those.
Is that the one with the shop? With the
yeah.
antique shop, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with Friday the 13th. It's weird.
No. John says the bit where the old folk get dragged underneath in their car is pretty terrifying. Oh, absolutely. Because I think she comes in, she can hear the radio. I think the radio's still going on the car.
Yeah.
My voice is proper starting to go now. Tyler says PG-13, but it has aftermath gore that's pretty good. Not really any active dying gore. Yeah, 100%.
Right, let's move on to, oops, wrong one. We've got Gremlins 2. This is a great gateway film. I loved this at the time when it came out, right? And it is very, very silly. Way sillier than the first one. Like, it's uber silly. Like, it fucking really doubles down on it. But I can't remember if it was a flop or not, because I don't know why number 3 didn't come out.
It didn't do great. And the biggest problem this one had is that basically Warner Brothers were begging Joe Dante for a long time to make a sequel. Now, Joe Dante isn't a fan of Gremlins. It wasn't the film that he wanted to make.
Yeah.
There was obviously with the first one a lot of studio interference, and he just didn't end up being a fan of the final product. And Warner Brothers begged him to do Gremlins 2. And when he finally agreed to it, they came to the terms that he can do whatever the hell he wants with it. And this movie was, sorry for the language, guys, a fuck you to the studio because he didn't want to do it. And he thought, if we're doing Gremlins 2, I'm going to do it my way. And that's why it ended up being so silly, because it was Joe Dante's basically a revenge movie for the first.
That's what I heard.
If I'm correct in saying that.
So I heard the same story with Joker 2. That Todd Phillips was a fuck you, and oddly enough, it's Warner Brothers as well.
Warner Brothers, yeah. I may be paraphrasing a bit, but I'm sure that's how the story goes. But I know Joe Dante just kind of went off the rails with this one. Now, this is my Gremlins movie, right? I absolutely love this movie. I love it a substantial amount more than the first one. In fact,
Really?
Compared to this one, I don't care much for the original one, right? I think it's a great movie. But this is the one that I love. This is the one I always went back to. Me and my daughter love this movie. We watch it maybe once a month, right? She always wants to put this one on.
Once a month? Jesus.
And honestly, right, you know what kids are like, Jenks. They want to watch the same films on repeat all the time. But yeah, me and my daughter love this one. I hardly ever go back to the first one, right? And I just love how fun this movie is. I love movies set in high-rise towers.
Yeah,
you've got Demons, you've got Evil Dead Rise, Poltergeist 2, any movie
Critters
set... Poltergeist
3.
3, sorry. Critters 3. Any movie set in a high-rise tower is always a good one. And I love it when these classic monsters are taken and put in a different scenario. And this is just a balls-out, all-fun movie. It's probably the most fun you can have watching a movie. Yeah. It's got so many off-the-wall choices, so many Warner Brother Easter eggs. You've got the Batman logo and all the other stuff that they chucked in. You've got that bit where the reel breaks and Hulk Hogan's watching Gremlins.
so in the cinema you had Hulk Hogan, and on VHS it was John Wayne.
Oh, really?
That? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Because it was it was pretended you were watching it on video when it came on video, I think. So it's John Wayne on John Wayne on VHS. Yeah, definitely that way around. And Hulk Hogan, which is very strange. Like back then, you like as a kid, you think, oh, where's Hulk Hogan gone? You get it because you loved Hulk Hogan back then. But yeah, it was a bit like
you got Christopher Lee as well.
I was going to say Christopher Lee's in it. Probably not one of his finest moments, but this is a lot of fun. Look, it is silly, and if you look, the first one's silly, so people can't moan that it's too silly because you're talking about little gremlins running around the snow where they can't get wet. But yeah, this is a good film, and I think you're right. It's definitely a gateway movie. I mean, look how fucking wacky this is.
I honestly adore this movie. I've loved it since I was young. And again, like I said just now, hardly ever went back to the first one. This was always, I think at one point, I maybe thought this was the only Gremlins out there. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the only one I watched. But yes, there's
a funny bit in it where Phoebe Cates starts monologuing about some horrible thing, and they kind of stop her halfway because she did that in the first one about her father. It was really horrible bit with the father stuck in the chimney.
The father gets stuck in the chimney, yeah.
And they kind of stop her mid. She's about to do something very similar in the second one. But it's almost, I feel sorry. It's like, hang on, that's not her thing. She only did it once in the first one. It's not like she's done it repeatedly throughout like a TV show.
I seen one of those fake figures online the other day of her dad, and it was...
in the chimney.
Yeah, just a bag of bones with the Father Christmas outfit on.
That's brilliant. I love that. Geniuses. Do you want to read a few comments?
Do you know, right? This movie has got some of the best practical effects ever. Do you know the spider gremlin when it's huge and you've got all the corridor that's all webbed up?
Yeah.
Some of the best practical effects ever. Mechanics, whatever they used. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, when I got this picture, I was confused. I thought maybe it was mixed up from the first one, but I don't remember this bit in the film.
Yeah, so that's the cooking show. So she's
right.
She's got the cooking segment, and then they all.
I thought it was the kitchen from the first one where she puts it in the microwave, but I realized that gremlin is definitely from the second one.
Yeah. Eli says Curtis is starting to sound like Bill Wilkins from the Enfield Haunting. Yeah. Do you know? Bill Wilkins in The Conjuring 2, one of the best jump scares ever watching on cinema, and it's when she goes up to the TV And then he
Yeah.
pops up behind her and he goes, "My house." Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh, his voice is so good.
Oh yeah, terrifying. Cheers for that, Eli. Trevi says Jen Ortega's going to do Gremlins 3. Rumor has it. I love her and the franchise. Yeah, I'd be down for them to do it. They've been talking about a Gremlins
Don't do
3 for a long
CGI.
time. No, I don't think they will. They can't. I think some things need to be kept the
Well,
way they are.
Well, they
I
definitely
don't.
can.
No, I don't think they'll do it though. I don't think they'll
Yeah.
do it. Jordan says 100% correct, Curtis. The original was supposed to be way more horror, so he took the piss with the sequel to piss off Warner Brothers. Yeah, and I heard Quentin Tarantino talking about it, and Tarantino's a big Joe Dante fan, right? And he's a huge fan of this movie. He loves it, and he loves what it stands for, what Joe Dante done to the studio. You know, he loves what the movie represents. You know.
Yeah.
Tyler says Gremlins 2 is nuts. I actually used this for inspiration to hand animate the electricity in Franken Babes, though. Brilliant. You've got the electricity gremlin that they trap in the phone. And that smoking. Where's she gone? That smoking hot babe. Look at that. Hey, he could have done much worse, marrying her.
Yeah,
He
totally.
could have done much worse.
Oh.
She ain't half bad.
Yeah, what's the name of the actor now? Who he's trying to marry?
I can't remember. I don't know the actor's name. But
yeah, he's in Superman and stuff. He's in. I'm drawing a blank now.
Yeah. But yes, this one's absolutely nuts. We've got Davey Deathray. Hey, everyone.
Davey.
Stuck at work, but had to jump in and say, what's up? Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, what's happening, Davey? We appreciate you sneaking a quick look while you're in work. I hope the new job's going well, and I hope you're doing good, mate.
And jump on his channel if you haven't already. Drop him a sub.
Gina says, you'd have gotten sick of me. I constantly watched OG Nightmare as a kid. I pissed my brother off so much with it. He sold his copies, so I got my dad to buy me from my savings. Pissed me off more. Yeah. I mean, I was that kid, Gina. I was just watching these horrors on repeat. But no one wanted to watch them with me, so I was usually in my bedroom alone watching them, you know.
Right.
We've got more comments here. Wait there.
John
Davies says Gremlins 2 is top notch. It is severely underrated. I absolutely adore this movie. Tyler says I cannot be more excited for Gremlins 3. Yeah, I genuinely hope they make it. I do. And if they kept it practical effects, I wouldn't mind if Jen Ortega's in there. She's a pretty good little actress.
Yeah, totally. Right. Seeing as we just talked about Gremlins, let's talk about let's talk briefly about this, because I haven't seen it. I've heard how terrible, beyond terrible.
Yeah.
And
this
you got a tattoo, haven't you, of it? And across your back.
This video is the best and worst of 1990, and we haven't done any worse. It was a pretty good year.
Yeah.
But Troll 2 came out in this year, and this is notoriously one of the worst movies ever made. I watched this one young. It was one of those movies I was curious about. Back before the internet, I didn't know that it was supposed to be a bad movie. I got Troll 1 and 2 on a double disc, right, when I was a kid. And do you know when you watch a film when you're young, and if you can appreciate how shit the movie is when you're about 10 years old, you know it's crap. This was before anyone else could form my opinion on any movie. But this is by far one of the... And there's no excuse, Jenks. It came out in 1990, right? Yeah. If this came out early 80s, you could kind of forgive it. There's a lot of shoddy movies coming out at that time. People were experimenting with different things and practical effects and what have you. But this movie came out in 1990. There's no excuse for it to be this shit. The trolls are absolutely awful. The acting, again, is notoriously one of the worst acted movies ever. Right,
Curtis,
what?
I've got a treat for you.
And then they're going to eat me. Oh my
God! And now they're going to eat me.
I mean, I had to put that in. I had to cut it down a little bit in case we'd had a copyright strike, but that's awesome.
There's no way in hell, right, that they're on set, right? Cameras rolling, and then he delivers that line, and the director goes, done. We've got it. We've got
Nailed
the shot.
It.
Nailed it.
We're
and
done.
Now they're going to kill me.
Right, that's lunch.
I feel like on this set, they were like, no, can you dial it back a bit? That was too good.
Yeah.
Bit shitter, go again.
I
There's no
wonder,
way.
like you probably know, but I wonder what their actor's doing now. Because that clip is so famous now, isn't it?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
up,
I know.
it's up there with like The Room and oh God, oh man, oh God, oh man. Or whatever, I can't remember that.
Yeah.
What's that film? What is that now? It's taking the
What?
that line. Oh, there's another film that people use a
don't
clip of. It's a meme. It was oh my God, oh God, oh man. It's not the same one. It's the guy with
Not
blonde
the
hair.
same film. No, I don't know.
Oh, anyway, but yeah, I haven't seen this film. I have no interest in seeing it.
Look at the state on those.
So
This one, right, like left of the guy who's right up in front. Oh my God, those eyes. I don't even think they move. I don't think the eyes have got the ability to move. It's just like a mask.
Eli Cordes says Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards. Genius. This movie is so good.
I had a feeling you'd like this one, Eli.
It's so famous. Tyler says that's got to be what's that say? Stanislavski method. What's that mean?
I don't know.
We're not that type of channel. Eli Cortez, you don't piss off hospitality. So many quotable lines. Yeah,
So
this is.
you're a big fan of this one, Eli, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
They're eating her.
Can we move on from this shit? Right. Oops. I didn't even mean to press that.
Wait there, all right.
What?
We were supposed to stop 3 films ago.
Right. No, this is the last one now we're on. And this is, we've saved the best for last. Well, I have, because I love this movie.
Do you know what, right? It's not a horror movie. You need to
It
stop. You need
is
to be
a horror
stopped,
movie.
Jenks.
It's
not.
a horror. Look, it's got a dead guy.
You need to be stopped.
It's got a dead guy. It's got a ghost. It's got murder. It's got demons from hell. What more do you want, Kurt? It's got
Right.
It's got possession.
While you were talking about this movie, right, I am going to turn my camera off because no one needs to see, right? No one needs to see my face while you're talking about this movie.
Look, there's got to be lots of love. No, ghost, what the fuck? What do you mean?
Yes,
Eli?
exactly, Jenks. This is ridiculous.
This is one of the best movies of 1990. This is second only to Misery. I absolutely love this film. And believe it or not, this was directed by the same guy, Jerry Zucker, who directed Airplane.
The same guy who directed Romancing in the Stone.
That's not.
No, I know.
No. That was Robert
Jenks, you're wrong for this, pal. You're
honestly,
wrong for it.
I
not a horror movie.
What is the criteria of a horror movie? We got flatliners on this list.
There's got to be a little bit of intensity, Jenks, and a little bit of scare, right?
Right. Have you seen this movie?
Yes, of course I have, multiple times.
At the end, there's demons from hell that come out of the ground. That's quite a creepy scene, actually.
Yeah, a little bit creepy, yeah, but
I will not hear a bad thing about this film. Trevi,
the only thing scary about this movie is how awful they are at pottery. Terrible craftsmanship.
Whoa. This is one of the most famous scenes ever. And look, don't slag off Patrick. I was going to say Patrick Bateman. Then. Don't slag off Patrick Swayze. You just say Stewart.
Okay. Look, it's a good movie, right? But you are wrong.
I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Okay, and I know, and there's no look. Tyler Adams says, "Okay, I love this movie." Yes.
Hey, no one's saying it's not a good movie, Jenks. You don't have to get people behind you. It's a fantastic film, but it's not a horror movie.
It is. Well, it is a horror movie. It's terrifying. Look, horror doesn't have to be terrifying, Kurt. We know this. So let's see if there's some love for it. Yes. Oh no, I've already read that. Hang on. Wait,
Ella says.
Jill says. Well, I've read. Hang on. Jill says my all-time favourite. Well, there we are then, Kurt. Jill says it. Ghost. What a classic.
We're not talking about if people like So is Gone with the Wind, but we're not going to put Gone with the Wind on it.
There's no demons from hell in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, you're saying, right? It's a classic. Yeah, it's a classic, Jenks.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
not a horror
horror.
movie.
There's one scene actually that I don't like. It's quite horrific. Is when Patrick Swayze
Oh, don't
goes in.
oversell a horror scene.
It goes into the body of Whoopi Goldberg, and Demi Moore starts snogging Whoopi Goldberg, but you see it as Patrick Swayze. Never liked that scene.
On Google it says romance thriller.
Oh look, look, it says that about it. It's because it sells better.
You can't deny it being a horror movie, Jenks.
And also, if you look up what
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
gone again. Can you not hear me?
How unfortunate.
Right at the end.
No, I can hear you, Jenks, but yeah, you are gone.
It says, if you look up World War Z, it actually says thriller. I mean, come on, innit? It's a fucking zombie movie.
Jenks.
I can't control my
Stop.
screen now. It's my computer.
Ghost is not a horror movie. You won't find one person that agrees with you.
It doesn't.
I'm not even going to allow you to talk about this movie. I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep going on here, right?
I froze.
You're not allowed to talk about it.
You can't see how mad I am. It's got a ghost in it. It's got demons in it. It's got murder, and it's got Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay, wait.
And it's got a psychic. Right? It's got a psychic.
Is Casper a horror movie?
Yes.
Are we allowed to talk about Casper on the
podcast? Can we talk about Ghostbusters? Yes, we reviewed it.
No, we didn't.
We did. Frozen Empire.
Yeah, when we didn't know what we were doing, we reviewed Civil War.
And
we didn't even know what we were doing back then.
Back then, it's about 6 months ago. Look, I'm frozen, Kurt. I'm absolutely frozen. I can't do anything. You may have to wrap this episode up without me.
Do you know why, right? People can hear you, right, Jenks? So it's fine. People can hear you. The only reason you're frozen, right, is because of your ridiculous pick.
Nah, you've done something.
Right.
You've sabotaged me.
There's loads of comments coming in here now, right?
Read them.
Slagging you off. So I'll read them out to you, Jenks.
No, I can't see the nice ones. I'm locked out.
Don says, this is my favourite, especially when the demons take the bad guys away. Horror.
Yes! Demons.
Okay. Shut up. Jordan says, Ghost is an excellent erotic thriller. Ella says, gotta go. One. Great show as always. Have a fabulous week, everyone, and see you all next week. Thanks for jumping on, Ella. You're awesome. Let's have a look here, Jenks. What have we got? Gina says, it's not a horror movie. Jenks, you're wrong. It's a love story. Oh, personally calling you out there.
Horror elements.
Nah. Eli says, y'all are the best. Laugh my ass off. I love you guys. Eli, we love you too. Although you probably love Jenks a little bit less than me because his picks are absolutely...
Is Tremors a horror movie or is it just a monster movie?
More of a monster movie. I wouldn't call it a straight up horror movie. Gina says it's a 12. Speaks volumes, really. Trevi says, 12. Who's better looking, Demi or Patrick?
That's got to be Patrick. Come on.
Demi more in the substance. Yes.
Whoopi or Patrick.
Looking. Whoopi or Patrick.
Look, I won't hear a bad word said about Patrick Swayze, okay? He's the man. He was the man.
Tyler says, what's more horrifying than losing the love of your life? Murdered in the street in front of your eyes.
Yes.
Fair enough.
It's an amazing film. Honestly, it's got so many components. It's got comedy, horror, murder, love, pottery, psychics.
Wendy says, agree with Curtis. Brilliant film. Not what I would class as a horror. Thank you so much, Wendy.
Right, Wendy.
We appreciate you so much on this channel.
Would you class Tremors as a horror?
Hey, don't tack on to someone else now, right?
Would you?
We're talking about Ghost, right?
Right at the start, it's funny. You happen to say, look, we got Misery here. I know it's not a horror, but... Don't
Tyler
skip
says,
over the nice ones.
I'm not skipping over anything, boy. He said it's a folk horror, Ghost. Almost.
Yes.
Almost.
Yes.
Tyler says, and his bastard friend co-worker.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, he's a good villain, to be fair. Proper
amazing villain. Sweating with that scene with the keyboard.
Sweating.
No, but he's stressed. No, when he thinks he's lost the money. Oh my God, his performance.
Yeah.
Tony Goodwin, I think his name is. He's brilliant in it.
Yeah. Ela says, see what happens when you put Ghost on a horror movie list. Yeah. People get irate.
I know.
Gina says, no, Casper isn't a horror. Neither is Ghostbusters. Yes. We've got Wendy saying good night. Thanks for jumping on, Wendy. Have
night.
a lovely
Thanks for
Sunday
jumping on.
night. Thank you. Jordan says this channel should definitely pivot to erotic thrillers.
Look, we got Willie Lopez. Look at him.
Yeah, he's horrible in this, isn't he?
He is good, yeah.
Tyler says, I've heard that thrillers are just horror movies with really good writing. To be fair, probably not that far from the truth. Great show as always, guys. Hey, we're not going anywhere yet, boy.
Everyone's leaving.
I know.
Because of
Tremors
Ghost.
is a creature feature, yeah.
Yes, right. I love Ghost.
John says,
and I see
Demi's
end of it.
haircut there is more horrifying. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look at that. I've got rid of it. Ghost is gone. Yes.
That's the last of the picks. I think we need to wrap it up now. We've been talking for 40 minutes. That's way past our
Well,
bedtime.
to be fair, Jenks, I was about half hour late.
Right. Cheers for jumping on, guys. Really appreciate it. Like we always say, if you know anybody who likes horror that you think they might like us, tell them to subscribe or check us out. If you're on Facebook, check out our group. Join up. It's a nice community. There's no dickheads apart from me and Curtis. Yeah. Anything else to add, Kurt?
No, sorry for the late start there, guys. I don't know what was happening with my laptop. It's probably got about 400 viruses from downloading YouTube videos for our pre-recorded clips. But thank you so much, guys. This was a great one. I thought, with my recent drop of health, my recent illness, I thought this was going to be an absolute dud, but we had some great movies to talk about. I had an absolute blast on this one, guys. I am absolutely dying now. I'm ready to absolutely hit the hay. No calling in sick to work tomorrow. Back on it.
Right, guys. If you love horror, if you love ranking, please subscribe. Tell your friends, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.
Yes. Cheers, guys. Thank you all.